Today we are gonna talk about how to use reverse lookup to return the row index. It's just like in this case, I know this B value and I wanna know which row it belongs to. Let's say if the value is M, then I should get row number 3, right? The main usage of this technique, let's say in my accounting app, if I pick an interface language, say Japanese, then it'll return the row index. Based on that, we can apply the row index to all interfaces. Let's move on. We'll be using the index formula, which has 3 major parts. Array, which is where we are extracting the data from. For row, let me enter, which is the horizontal row where the vertical one is column. Enter column, close the bracket, let me enter. That's the formula structure. Now we want to return the row, right? So I can ignore the column. Here I just remove it. For array, we should expect to see our answer. It's in row reference. Here you see this table 1 that you've seen in my previous video. We need to know which reference contains the answer, which is also the row index. Inside the row part, just like our previous video, put in the aggregate function. In aggregate, there are 4 parts. We put 14 here. As you saw in my last video, 14 means large. This one, large. Why is it large? Mentioned in the last video, inside this condition array, where you'll have many true and false, we'll revisit this array later. There are a bunch of 0 and 1s. We apply the large method to these 0 and 1. The larger of 0 and 1 must return 1, right? So we have 14 here. Then the method here is ignore nothing. 4. Why ignore nothing? Because in this condition array, which we'll go over later, inside this condition array, we'll consider all the data. So ignore nothing. Okay? Then comma, and now is the array that has 2 parts. Inside this array, we put in the difference between the 2 rows. The first row wraps around the row index because we look up here, right? So when I pick row of reference here, it will return 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. As you see, the row number here. I can't return 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in this row, right? I should return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to subtract from a fixed row. So what is this? D5. D5. Remember, F4 to lock it because we are going to move this row downwards. 6 minus 5 equals 1. 7 minus 5 equals 2. 8 minus 5 is 3, and so on. Just roll downwards when you scroll down. Okay, this one is very long, right? So I copy it first. I've already defined this, so when you download the practice file, you should see a defined name called row condition. That's the thing for the very long formula. Multiply this row condition to the condition. This is the condition. Actually, it's the same as before. It's just this area, table 1 equals target text M. If you multiply bracket table 1 equal to target text, which is this M, they are the same. It's already predefined in a practice file. So I multiply condition, just use the predefined condition. That's it for the array. Mathematically, this row condition 1, 2, 3 multiplies the condition here, these 0 and 1s. The result will be 0 and 1. When you multiply any number by 0, you'll get 0. Leave it. 1 times row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The math can be pretty abstract. Alright? So we need to know which row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will give me the answer when the condition equals 1. In this case, if target text is M, I expect row 3 will be the answer. Okay? Comma. Move on to the K part. The K part determines which row we start counting downwards. The end result will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, alright? I set it row K in the download link to represent cell D5. But I think E5 might still work. Let's see. I'll enter rows. Why rows? Because in a cell, if you watch my video before, let's say D6, this green one, colon D6, let me F4, lock the column D and leave the row 6. That means when I scroll down, rows D6 will get 1. Rows D6, D7 will get 2, D6, D8 will get 3, and so on. Alright? Give it a try. Yep, here you see 3, right? Let's change it to I should get 4 here, okay? We start off from a unique value in the whole data and trace to the corresponding row. That's what we did. Hopefully it helps. Ciao.